Hi, I'm David Fleming from Disciples Ignited, a ministry that's focused on Jesus, advancing his kingdom, and preparing his disciples. Now, today on Bible Treasures, we're going to continue to study and memorize 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 21, a power-packed and profound verse that teaches so much about God's redemptive plan for mankind. So let's get started. To get started, let's read 2 Corinthians 5:21 from the NIV together. God made him who had no sin to be sin for us, so that in him we might become the righteousness of God. Let's read that again. God made him who had no sin to be sin for us, so that in him we might become the righteousness of God. Yesterday we memorized God made him who had no sin, and today we're going to add to that to be sin for us. So let's put it all together. God made him who had no sin. That was easy. Let's try it again. God made him who had no sin. Now, what exactly does this mean? Well, it teaches us that God the Father had a redemptive plan for mankind so that the sins of mankind could be forgiven. And it also teaches us that in order for our sins to be forgiven, it required a sinless man to take our punishment. And that's exactly why Jesus came. He came as a man, he came sinless, and he came to take our punishment upon himself. See, God's judgment was coming against mankind, but Jesus came and took that punishment against himself. So this verse is emphasizing to us that Jesus, who was totally man, totally perfect, totally sinless, took God's punishment upon himself. I want you to just stop for a second and let the power of this verse really soak into your soul. God became a man and took the punishment that was coming against mankind for sin upon himself. Who would do that? Well, I tell you what, nobody but Jesus. And thank God that he did. Now, before we go today, let's go through what we've memorized so far. God made him who had no sin to be sin for us. Now, I want you to join with me tomorrow and the rest of the week, and we're going to get this whole memory verse down pat, and we're going to learn more treasures that this verse is going to teach us. So I'll see you tomorrow.